July 30th, 2012 at 7 p.m. A crowd has gathered to witness the unveiling of the Christchurch Central Recovery Plan for the earthquake-damaged Central City.
Tonight you're going to see a plan which shows a big green belt around the city, 12 precincts where people will be able to enjoy everything from sports to culture, right through to a living environment, a business environment, and a vision for what will undoubtedly be the most livable city in New Zealand.
Big promises and big dreams. Produced in just 100 days, this world-class blueprint was delivered live on national television in front of an audience of thousands.
So the answer, we believe, is a very bold and innovative urban design led approach to these problems. We want to lift confidence in Christchurch, both from a community point of view, but also from an investor point of view and a developer point of view.
The business community was applauding the announcement.
We have been hanging out for this. This provides an iconic future for the city. It provides certainty, it provides hope, and I am really, really excited about it.
Despite the release of the plan, residents were still reeling from news their homes were red zoned, and despite the CBD being the focus of the plan, it was still locked off to residents for another 11 months. As the blueprint was announced, Reverend Mike Coleman criticised the Earthquake Recovery Minister for the lack of progress elsewhere in the city.
He will announce a convention centre. He'll announce millions and millions of dollars put in to the CBD where no one lives at all. He'll announce a plan for the CBD when there is no plan at all for the suburbs.
The man who led the design of the blueprint, Don Miskell, was ecstatic with the public reaction to the idea of the green frame surrounding the inner city core.
When we've been working on the frame, and other people who've looked over our shoulders have said, I want to live there, that'll be fantastic.
2 years on, and how far has the city centre come? New revelations show the Christchurch City Council has an insurance shortfall of more than $500 million. It's led to another round of discussions over the possibility of asset sales, or whether the City Council can even afford its share of the $40 billion rebuild. 2 years prior, Councillor Jani Johansson was making the same predictions.
People should be really worried about how much these projects are going to cost, how they're going to be funded, to invest in things like stadiums, convention centres, metro sports facilities that lose an incredible amount of money through selling off the assets that make money seems completely contrary to good sense.
Financial fears aside, new buildings are starting to pop up. The retail precinct is slowly forming, and work on Anthony Goff's $100 million development has restarted this week. Next door, Nick Hunt is pushing ahead with his site, and major developer Tim Glasson has announced plans for the Triangle. The Christchurch Central Development Unit has had to compulsorily acquire land to make room for the blueprint projects. Work has already started on the Justice and Emergency Services Precinct and the bus exchange, while the Avon River Precinct is due to be completed next year. Meanwhile, other projects will be underway by the end of the year. Roading changes will see Manchester Street widen to fit 4 lanes of traffic. West End House will need to be demolished in the process. You'll remember this as the first new building in the CBD following the earthquakes. Labour's earthquake spokeswoman Ruth Dyson has told the press the blueprint hasn't delivered value for money and has been causing damage to the city instead. She says some decisions haven't been meeting the community's needs, citing the demolition of the Majestic Theatre and the Centennial Pool. However, Christchurch is only 2 years into what has been described as a 10-year rebuild. Projects like the major stadium may be pushed back for at least another 5 years. Time will tell whether the blueprint will be hailed a success. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.